Welcome to this explainer. We are jumping right in today because we're breaking down the newly released 2026 Diabetes Protein and Muscle Preservation Guide. Now, if you're managing diabetes or if you're supporting someone who is, you already know the science never really stands still. But right now, there is a massive, game-changing shift happening in how we view nutrition, and specifically protein. So today, we're going to take those complex clinical guidelines and translate them into simple, actionable habits that you can literally start using at your very next meal. Let's get into it.
Here is our quick game plan. We'll start with the Russell-sugar connection, then touch on a critical GLP-1 drug warning, figure out your specific daily protein targets, build a list of the best blood sugar-friendly foods, and wrap up with exactly when you should be eating them.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the muscle-sugar connection. Okay, we've got to completely reframe how we think about muscle mass. Because, for the longest time, we've really only thought of muscle in terms of athletic performance or like physical strength. But in the context of diabetes, it is so much more than that. Look at this specific term, blood sugar disposal site. Your skeletal muscle isn't just tissue sitting on your bones. It is quite literally your body's metabolic engine. Think of it like a giant sink. It acts as the primary drain for clearing excess glucose right out of your bloodstream. So the more healthy, preserved muscle you have, the larger your sink is for that blood sugar. If you start losing that muscle, well, your sink shrinks and your blood sugar has nowhere to go. But that brings us to a really urgent question for millions of folks who are pursuing intentional weight loss right now. We've seen this total explosion of new, highly effective weight loss medications, and patients are seeing the scale drop at unprecedented rates. But we really have to look under the hood here. When that number on the scale goes down, what exactly is disappearing? Which leads us perfectly into Section 2, the GLP-1 drug warning. To answer that question about what's actually disappearing, we have to look at a major 2025 systematic review. And honestly, this is fundamentally changing how doctors prescribe these medications. This review confirmed that GLP-1 receptor agonists, so we're talking about drugs like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro, cause significant lean muscle mass loss right alongside the fat reduction. Yeah, these drugs are absolutely incredible for dropping fat, but they are aggressively stripping away your vital blood sugar disposal sites at the exact same time. This makes high protein intake and resistance training not just a good idea, but absolutely essential for anyone on these therapies. You have got to protect the sink. And this chart brilliantly illustrates where the future of diabetes and weight management is actually heading. Researchers recently tested a new triple-action drug combination using garetosmab and trevogrumab alongside semaglutide. Just look at this. You have a massive 27.1% fat reduction, but, and here's the real kicker, they protected the muscle, resulting in only a tiny 2% lean mass loss. This tells us, without a doubt, that combining muscle-preserving strategies with GLP-1 therapy is the undisputed future of care. So moving right along to Section 3, what are your actual daily protein targets? Now, until those fancy muscle-sparing combination drugs hit the market for everyone, how do we protect your muscle today? Well, we look to the simple, actionable clinical guidelines for your daily protein targets. And notice the clear divide here. According to the ADA 2016 Standards of Care, the absolute general adult baseline is at least 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. But look over at the Kamigawa DM study findings for diabetics over the age of 65. They found that older adults need 1.0 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of ideal body weight. Basically, older diabetics need significantly more protein just to allow their exercise routines to effectively maintain the muscle they already have. Let's pull this out of the medical jargon and do some quick math so it's actually actionable for you. Say you weigh 70 kilograms, which is right around 154 pounds, and you fall into that general adult category. Your absolute minimum target is 56 grams of protein every single day. That's the baseline. That is just to keep your bodily functions running optimally, according to the ADA 2026 guidelines. But wait, what if that exact same 70-kilogram person is actively taking a GLP-1 medication to lose weight? This is where it gets serious. The guidelines say they must aggressively bump their target up to somewhere between 1.2 and 1.5 grams per kilogram. That means their new daily target shoots up to between 84 and 105 grams of protein daily. You literally have to eat this much to physically shield your muscle tissue from being burned away alongside the fat. And hey, keep in mind, these are just foundational targets. If you are highly active, or if you consider yourself an athlete managing diabetes, your needs push even higher than these baselines. Your body is turning over tissue at a much faster rate, so you'll definitely want to consult your registered dietitian to dial in those specific, elevated numbers for your unique lifestyle. All right, section 4. Let's talk about the best blood sugar-friendly foods. So, now you know your personal mathematical target, right? But how do you actually eat that much protein without sending your blood sugar on a total roller coaster? Let's build your grocery list. Look at these heavy hitters. Eggs are fantastic. 6 grams of complete protein each and 0 carbs to spike your glucose. Chicken breast is incredibly dense. You're getting 31 grams of protein for every 100 grams of meat, with minimal fat. And salmon brings 25 grams of protein per 100 grams, plus the awesome added bonus of omega-3 fatty acids, which give you crucial anti-inflammatory benefits for your heart. Of course, it's not all about meat. We've got some incredible dairy and plant-based options too. Plain Greek yogurt is an absolute superstar with 17 grams of protein per 200 gram serving, plus probiotics for your gut health. Tofu offers a really great low-carb, plant-based 8 grams per 100 grams. And please don't overlook whey protein powder. It is an excellent, fast-absorbing tool to use right after you finish a workout. Now for our final section, section 5. Because it's not just about what you eat, it's about when. According to the ADA 2026 lifestyle guidelines, hitting your daily gram target is really only half the battle. Timing is literally everything. Here's your 3-step playbook. Step 1, load up at breakfast. Adding protein to your very first meal actively blunts the glucose spikes that often happen later in the morning. Step 2, stop concentrating all your meat at dinner. You need to spread your protein intake evenly across all 3 meals so your body has a steady stream of amino acids all day long. And step 3, feed your muscles within 30 minutes of lifting weights or doing resistance training to maximize that muscle synthesis. Now, just a quick reminder before we wrap up. As you look at these guidelines, please remember that this explainer is entirely educational. The ADA 2026 guidelines give us a brilliant roadmap, but you've got to take these insights straight to your doctor or a registered dietitian to get your personalized prescription. Things like your kidney health, your medical history, and your specific medications all play a massive role in finding your perfect protein number. I want to leave you with this absolutely powerful mantra straight out of the 2026 guidelines. It's so good. Muscle is your primary blood sugar disposal site. Protect it with protein. Every single meal is an opportunity to defend your metabolism. So the big question is, looking at your plate right now, what are you going to eat today to protect your disposal sites?